MaxBoxingScene.com at the BB King Blues Club in the heart of Times Square, where DiBella Promotions, in association with Joe DeGuardia, is bringing us a spectacular card with Vinny Maladon, Randall Bailey, Will Rosinski making his pro debut. Lou, tell us about this card here tonight.
I'm really happy with this card. First of all, we clean sold out, not one ticket left. That's what it's all about. You know, it's a small room, but the excitement level, because it's so packed, is great. You know, I'm really excited about the young guys on the card. We had the kid from New England, from the Boston area, Ryan Krasinski, the Polish Prince, and you know that kid reminds me like of a young, something between a Paulie and a Gotti. I mean, he's a terrific young fighter. Will Rosinski, 4-time New York Golden Glove champion, national champion. He's like a baby bull, man. He just comes forward. He has a great pro style. I thought that was a great debut he just made. And I had Dat Nguyen, Vietnamese American kid, terrific, exciting fighter. I think this has been a great club show. And then I got some real talent coming up, and we got Randall Bailey, former world champion, one of the biggest punchers in the game, against Dario Salas. Salas knocked down Ortiz, Aram's kid, who's a terrific fighter. So Salas can punch. Good matchup. Vinny Mataloni, one of the most popular guys in New York. Vinny will never be a world champion, but Vinny's a great club fighter, and I'm excited about this kind of show. And I want to run regularly here on Broadway. Broadway boxing belongs in Times Square, man. So this is a great venue for us.
I got word that tonight's card will be televised in 2 portions. What can you tell us about that?
You'll see 2 shows on Sportsnet New York coming from tonight. You'll see Randall Bailey mixed up with some guys. You'll see the young kids from New York mixed up with Vinny, and we're going to make 2 shows out of this. You'll see it on SNY. I think SNY loves the local flavor. They really helped us put this together, and they wanted a show here in the heart of Manhattan, and they got it at BB King's. So like you can't do any better than that. And also some DiBella Entertainment news. Like just right before the fights tonight, in the other room in the restaurant here, I think it's called Lucille's, I signed the contract with Kermit Cintron. So Kermit's now a DiBella Entertainment fighter, and I'm looking to do a lot. I think the welterweight division now, there are 2 areas. Like it's like the welterweight 35 to 47, and then like the middleweight 60 to sort of like to that 68 kind of 75 area. That's where all the excitement is right now, when the heavyweight division's not so exciting. And to have a guy like Kermit who's got the one-punch power, former champion coming back, I think it's a great signing for DBE, and I think I'll be able to get Kermit right back into that mix.
Kermit's a big name, but so is Jermaine Taylor, and he'll be fighting another big name in Jeff Lacey on November 15th. Tell us about that fight.
Working on finalizing a site now. I'm close to having an announcement in the next week or so. I think that's a great fight because of the name recognition, man. You got Jermaine, former world champion, former really undisputed middleweight champion, a guy that beat the great Bernard Hopkins twice. Jeff Lacey, former world champion. Lacey got smacked around a little bit by Calzaghe, but that's no disgrace. And Lacey now, Lacey's always believed that he could handle Jermaine. They've had a rivalry for years since they're amateurs. Jermaine is very confident about this fight. And frankly, this is the kind of fight that the loser's going to have a real problem. The winner's going to escalate way up the fucking, ladder. Excuse my vulgarity, but I'm a boxing promoter. The winner's going to escalate way up that ladder, and the loser's going to take a big step back. And I think Jermaine's going to handle Jeff Lacey.
That's my next question. Based on Jeff Lacey's last performances, do you anticipate a knockout?
I don't anticipate. You know what? You can't really base much off his last performances, and a couple of reasons. One is he was coming back off that fight with Calzaghe, which was going to take a toll. 2 is, I think he overlooked that guy. I think he knew he had the Jermaine Taylor fight, and he was handling Epifanio Mendoza like that was just a bump, and he was going to go right to Jermaine, and it was a foregone conclusion. Epifanio Mendoza knocked out some major prospects in his career. The guy's a Colombian puncher. You can't look past that kind of guy. Lacey almost cost himself a lot of money. So I'm not going to put too much on that, and here's why I'm not also. Lacey's not a pitter-pat boxer, move around the ring. He ain't going to beat Jermaine by science. He's going to beat Jermaine by power. The power's not going away. I don't think the science is there anymore, but the power's still there. I just think Jermaine has too much of both. I think Jermaine can still fight technically. I think he's still a boxer, but I think he can blast. So I do like my own guy, but I want to tell you something. You always have to beware of a puncher, and there's no question Lacey's still a puncher.
Lou, November 22nd, your IBF world champion, Paulie Malignaggi.
He's going to beat Ricky Hatton. He's going to silence a bunch of Brits. He's going to quiet down a room in Las Vegas that's got too many foreigners in it. And, we love foreign fans. We love people coming in. But the truth of the matter is that fight belonged in New York, where there would have been a sold-out Madison Square Garden. Ricky and his people, they wanted to play it safe. They figured in Vegas they're going to bring as many people in. Ricky's a great attraction. I love Ricky. He's a good kid, too. I like the guy, man. He's a fun guy, throws down some brews. fights like a man, but he's in with a guy too fast. He's in with a guy too hungry. Ricky don't know what's going to hit him come November 22nd. What's going to hit him is a flurry, a bunch of red coming at him. You know, that's Malignaggi's hand speed, and I think Paulie's going to outscience him. I think Paulie's going to beat him. But I tell you what, it's a terrific fight. I wish it was at the Garden. I understand why it's in Vegas. It's going to seem a lot like Vegas's. Once again, it's going to seem a lot like Manchester and Vegas, but he's in with his worst enemy in here. He's in with his worst nemesis. He's in with the worst matchup for him. Ricky, it's going to be a tough night for you, bro.
Lou, also in your staple of fighters, you have the new WBC welterweight champion, Andre Berto. How happy are you about that?
Look, I'm thrilled. I mean, I said when he was 20 and I signed him that he was going to be a world champion. Yeah, you know, people are saying right now that we're being careful, we're developing him carefully. He's a young guy, and I honestly believe he is one of the future like megastars of the sport. He's, you know, Stevie Forbes is a great learning fight for him. I think Stevie Forbes is still one of the most talented guys out there. Oscar De La Hoya knew he was in there with a real guy when he fought Stevie Forbes, and he walked out with a marked up face. Right now, my job is to make Andre the best champion he can be. I think Stevie's a perfect step. You know, he's going to prove something if he beats Stevie. If he can knock Stevie out, which no one does, then he's completely proven something. But I think it's going to fight that's going to make him develop and learn as a champion. I don't think the outcome's a foregone conclusion. He's got a tough guy in front of him and Stevie. But if he can get past Stevie and look good doing it, then I ain't worried about Shane Mosley, Zab Judah. I'm not worried about anybody out there in that division. This is like, you know, this is a process, and it's a process of making Andre the best he can be, and making him not only a champion, but a guy that's scary for other people to fight, and we're just on the verge of doing that.
So is there anything you want to say, anything else going on with your promotional company?
You know, keep supporting boxing in general, because, you know, MMA kissed my ass. We are the combat sport. We are the historical sport. We are the sport of kings. And, you know, people like what you like. But you know what? I'm going to give you good fights. I'm going to give you good entertainment. Watch it. And if you still want to watch guys like lie around and do leg locks on each other, that's your business.
All right, man. Time as always.
Okay,